tell us a little bit about your background?
I'm a medical doctor and a naturopathic doctor. I did my medical training at the State University of New York and was awarded my naturopathic degree after doing a 5-year pilot research project on nutrition for medicine with the American Naturopathic Medical Association. So I basically have a background in what would be considered Western medicine and Eastern medicine, and I combine the two into an integrative approach.
Dr. Richard DeAndrea is a general practitioner and a naturopathic physician. He's also the developer of the 21-Day Detox, a systematic re-energizing of your mind and body.
Won't protect consumers from all the dangers associated with meat.
We're using increased amount of pesticides, increased amount of hormones. We're spraying the animals themselves with pesticides when they're going into the feedlot. We're also finding that they have extremely higher and higher amounts of cholesterol and saturated fat because of what the animals are fed.
Dr. Richard DeAndrea is a part of the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. It's an organization made up of over 1,000 physicians. Their mission is to try to create better food standards within the school systems in our nation.
This specific program regarding the school lunches was to evaluate the fat and cholesterol content in foods. We found them to be extremely high and dangerous.
What are you finding?
Well, we're seeing really dramatic success. What we're basically seeing is on a 90% level, we're reducing the amount of medications that a patient has to take, and in some cases eliminating them. We've seen cures for diabetes, asthma, arthritis, hypertension, heart disease. You just go on and on with it, just by basically scaling them off on something we call the Watts Health Challenge and removing the dairy products, removing the meat products one after another. We're just doing something called nutritional medicine. The highest known protein source on the planet, alpha-zominomenon flossosque, which is an algae.
And I'm not going to say that again.
I went to the State University of New York, and it was in medical school that I started realizing that something was up, you know. If you really are paying attention in medical school, you can start to see that basically what they're starting to do is they're just starting to teach you a lot about drugs. And I didn't really want to be a drug pusher. You know, I came from a family that was a traditional family. You know, we were immigrants from an Italian background. You know, my grandmother would take care of me. She would always make different types of herbal concoctions. If you got sick, she'd put you on the couch and she sang to you and she took care of you. And then when I went into medicine, I said, well, where is all this stuff?
So basically, the topic of today's show is keeping your colon clean. And so the topic
of today's show is pooping. The topic of today's show is going to the bathroom. This is something we really need to start. I'm a medical doctor. I'm not trying to be obscene with people who are watching, but we really have to start looking at things. You know, every animal in nature, when it goes to the bathroom, it takes a look at it, sees how it's going. Is it right? How are things going on? Are things moving for me?
He is the medical advisor to the American Naturopathic Medical Association, and he is with us today to explain how to detox your body in just 3 weeks. Explain for us what you're talking about when you're talking about detoxing the physical body.
Detoxification is an ancient Ayurvedic Indian method of clearing the body of toxins. It's approximately 3,000 years old, and just by using nutrition and diet, as well as herbs and certain supplementation, you can actually reset the body, or press a reset button.
According to this doctor and program co-founder, some may come away with more benefits than just a simple cleanse.
I've actually seen people reverse conditions like psoriasis, arthritis, nagging conditions, things that they've been told they'd have to take pills for the rest of their lives.
Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN, reporting.